Chapter 6. The Power to Enjoy. Threshold. The Cup and the Light. There is a joy that cannot be taken, and a joy that cannot be found. The first is the echo of grace. The second is the shadow of desire. Between them lies surrender. The moment you stop chasing happiness and begin to receive delight. The pause. Before you begin, unclench your hands. Joy will not be seized. It comes quietly. The sound of God pouring himself into an open heart. It is grievous evil which I have seen under the sun, and it lies heavy upon humankind. A man to whom God gives wealth, possessions, and honor, so that he lacks nothing of all that he desires. Yet God does not give him power to enjoy them. There is a sadness more subtle than sorrow, the sorrow of abundance without joy. The teacher saw it everywhere. People rich in gifts, but poor in gratitude, surrounded by miracles too familiar to notice. It is the ache of full hands and an empty heart. Joy, it seems, is not guaranteed by having. It is given in the act of receiving. And receiving cannot happen while we are grasping. We can possess every treasure under the sun and still find our souls starving in the dark, because the gift is not the thing. It is the giver, moving unseen within it. Solomon called it vanity, to hold the world and not be able to taste it, to toil and store and build, and feel nothing when the moment comes to rejoice. We call it burnout. We call it numbness. We call it life without grace. Joy is never earned. It is never the result of success or the reward of righteousness. Joy is the breath of God moving through a grateful heart. It can fill a beggar and bypass a king. It comes not from what we control, but what we consent to love. The teacher could name the problem, but not yet the cure. He glimpsed the shadow of what would come. One who would eat with sinners, laugh with children, and call every moment holy. Jesus lived the joy Solomon only dreamed. He touched bread, and it became sacrament. He lifted a cup, and eternity shimmered through the wine. He walked through grief and called it blessed. His joy did not deny pain, it transfigured it. Even the cross became a table, and death a doorway to delight. When he rose, he did not preach joy, he breathed it. Peace settled into frightened lungs, and the world exhaled again. This is the power to enjoy. Not pleasure without cost, but presence without end. We keep trying to manufacture joy through discipline, through duty, through religion even. But joy cannot be built. It can only be born. It is the fruit of surrender, the laughter that follows release. When we stop clenching life like a possession, it flows back to us as a song. The wise learn this. Gratitude is not a mood. It is participation in God. Every smile, every taste, every breath of morning air is the Spirit whispering, "It is good." To enjoy is to echo creation's first day, to stand within the light and agree with God. It is to look at what is and stop wishing it were something else. It is to receive, and in that receiving, to discover that joy was never far away. It was always waiting for your open hands. Under the sun, beyond the sun, clarification. Under the sun, we seek joy as if it were a possession, something to earn, to hold, to keep safe from loss. We measure it but what fills our hands and call it blessing when the cup overflows. Yet even at the fullest, something aches, for joy that depends on having is always afraid of empty. Beyond the sun, joy does not live in the gift, but in the giver. It is the breath between giving and receiving, the quiet laughter of grace moving through gratitude. When we stop clutching the cup, we find the wine has already filled the air. Joy is not what we own, it is what owns us. The presence that turns every moment, even the ordinary and the broken, into communion. Echo, you stopped reaching, and joy reached you.